morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Monday, January the 16th. It's a pleasure to have you with us today. We're going to talk about Martin Luther King Day and Martin Luther King celebration. We have, and there's a lot going on the entire week, right?
Yes.
I want to introduce you to Carolyn Micklem. Good to have you here, Carolyn.
Thank you.
I asked you, I said, what's your title? And you said, well, I'm retired, but I'm here to let everybody know about what's going on with the Martin Luther King celebration.
Right.
So you're really not retired. You're working very hard for that.
Right.
And then we have Frank Schmidt. Good to have you here, Frank. And you're a professor of biochemistry.
I am.
Yeah. So how did you get tied in with
Involved in the committee. One of the things that happens when you're a professor is you get involved with committees.
Yeah.
And this was one that I thought was really important. I think that we've had a long history at Mizzou of trying to recognize African American and other minority people and to, in some ways, just recognize them as fellow members of the community. And so I think that this Martin Luther King celebration is one way of doing that for a large number of minority participants in the campus and the community.
Now, there will be events going on all week long. You want to talk about some of those?
Well, some of them are actually before the week. On the 16th, the very day, at 3 p.m., there's a showing at Ragtag Theater of Free Angela and All Political Prisoners, which is a documentary that follows her through her activities in California. Well, it talks about her growing up, but her activities in California. It talks about the trial that she had. She was exonerated.
And if I remember reading correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, but it was a jury of all white.
That is correct.
Of white people.
Yes.
Who found her not guilty.
That is correct.
Yeah. She has written several books.
9, I think.
9
last
books.
Count.
Okay.
Lots of books.
She will be speaking at the university when?
The 24th at 7 p.m.
Okay.
So that's Tuesday next.
Yeah, okay.
Or Tuesday week.
Tuesday, January 24th,
Right.
where?
At the Missouri Theater, 7 p.m.
Do you need to have tickets?
Yes.
Or you should get tickets?
You should get tickets. The tickets at the moment have all been distributed. They're free.
Oh.
But we will do our best to set up a line in case people don't show up
So
and
you're
basically
telling me
fill
that
the place.
entire theater is
That's the way it looks. 1,200 people.
Have already received their tickets.
But
there could be
asked for them.
Yeah. But there could be some openings. So if people
There
want to go,
could be some openings, and there is the possibility of an overflow. We can't announce it at this point. So we're encouraging people, don't give up. Stay tuned, because if possible, we will try an overflow.
Okay, so that's on January the 24th. In
Right.
between then, what are some of the other events going on?
Okay, well, on the 18th, there is a film screening. The film is called 13th, so it's about the 13th Amendment to the Constitution, about, no slavery, and it's pointing out, one of the things that Angela Davis is best known for is prison, not reform, prison abolition. She wants to do away with prisons.
She wants to do away with all prisons.
Well, you got to put it in context. The United States has the highest rate of incarceration in the world.
I didn't realize that.
We have 2.2 million people behind bars. That's jails and prisons.
Okay.
Just for perspective, we have 5% of the world's population in the United States and 25% of the prisoners.
Huh. So what do you do? What's the
and
solution
over
to
half
that?
of those people are minorities.
Okay.
Native Americans, Hispanics, and African Americans. So there's a great disparity. Part of that we've seen in sentencing. So you remember that there have been efforts to change drug possession laws, for example.
Right.
So an equivalent amount of powdered cocaine got this sentence and an equivalent amount of crack cocaine, which chemically is essentially the same thing, got a much longer sentence. Those kinds of things are pervasive. And so part of Angela Davis's advocacy is to abolish that system. Now, not all of us would agree with that, with total abolition, but I think we can agree that the present situation is very, very wrong.
Will this be a topic of discussion during her appearance?
Well, we can't speak for her, obviously, but I expect she will touch on that and on lots of other things.
Okay.
Her
What else do you
topic is abolitionist movements in the 21st century.
Okay.
Because one of her themes now is people need to get together and bring about the changes that they want.
Well, that's the only way changes come about.
Right, but she says we keep raising up leaders. We think we have to have leaders. But she said the changes have come about because of people. Now, she mentioned she knew some of the girls that were killed. She was from Birmingham, Alabama. She knew some of the girls that were killed in the bombing in 1963. She said that there was a burning, the Ku Klux Klan, they knew who the Ku Klux Klan people were in Birmingham.
Mm-hmm.
She talks about going to North Carolina a few years later and trying to organize, working with people who were organizing to bring about changes. And you would go into a town in North Carolina and there would be a big billboard, welcome to whatever town, signed by the Ku Klux Klan.
Okay. All of this will be discussed
Oh, yeah.
at that presentation.
Well,
Yep.
we
And lots
never
else.
know what she's going to say,
Right,
but these
I
are her
understand that.
themes.
But if people want more information about everything that's going on with the Martin Luther King celebration, is there a web page or they can go to, or a Facebook page?
Yes, there's a web page. It's they would need to put in the Department of Inclusion, Diversity, and Equity at MU.
Okay, or I would imagine you probably can just go to Google
If you just
and
Google
put in Martin
Luther
Luther King celebration, Columbia, Missouri, and that will get
And
it.
MU. Put in MU.
Okay, and that'll get it.
Right.
All right. Thank you so much for coming by.
You're so
Thanks for
welcome.
having us.
Best of luck with everything going on. You're working very hard to make it come to pass.
It's gonna be a great
All right.
day.
Columbia Art League tomorrow. Something you'd like to hear or see, drop me an email, pepperp, missouri.edu.